happening, my brother?
Everything good. How you?
I'm feeling good. And welcome to the Mental Margarita Show.
Hi.
We got DJ Epps. And
What up?
Listen, we're talking about legendary. Like me and this guy, we go back in the glory days of Miami when you had Night Breeders Entertainment. I mean, you were just killing the clubs from South Beach. I mean, all over Kendall. I mean, you just name it, just everywhere. And
Sly.
uh,
Go ahead. Let me not interrupt. Go ahead.
I mean, just think about it. 210 Jack. I remember the flyers. I remember the just the supporters. You know what I loved about you is that you were always so humble, but you always had this glow, this shine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but you were humble though. You know what I mean? And you were so popular because you were like, there was only a few people that were doing what you were doing at such a high level.
Mm-hmm.
And right. Just the crew, the people around you, everybody that you had around you, everybody was so cool. 210 was always just so hospitable and just so, it's just the energy, the vibe, man. And then when it comes to rocking a party, come on, man. DJ knows how to rock a party.
Sly, man, I appreciate those words, man. I'm good, man. I appreciate those words, man. And to know that, you know, I'm still rocking the clubs. I'm still holding it down and still humble. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, that's I appreciate those words, man, because you know, the only difference from back in the days and now, and you know, sometimes I look at the mirror and I'm asking how I'm still doing it, is that I'm doing it by myself.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Nothing against 210 Jack, you know what I mean? That's my boy, that's my bro, you know what I mean? You know, it was just an era, you know what I mean? It was time for, you know, he grown, I got married, you know, it was just movement, you know? But to still be in the game and still dominate it by myself. And when I say by myself, like, I'm not gonna, you know, I don't want to sound like, you know, it's like after the pandemic, the world done changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, believe it or not, I got rid of 20 personal friends because, you know,
wow.
They done switched up on me. So, you know, I find myself promoting myself, you know, pushing myself, booking myself, managing myself. And it's hard because you know, I'm balancing it with a family.
And we're sitting here talking, man. It's just a blessing. And I'm just so happy to hear that your health is good. Your family is good, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. You know, and you're absolutely right, man. You know, I always wanted to be at an LL concert. I always wanted to meet LL. I always wanted to probably, you know, just, you know, I would wear my sweatpants with the one leg up like LL.
Right.
We all had a LL admiration, you know what I mean? And for now, the man picks up the phone and say, I want to give you a contract. And I'm one of his DJs, and we rocking the bells and festivals and all that stuff.
Tell me about this.
Absolutely
Tell
right.
me about this. The audience needs to know. So we did the South Beach thing. You're a legend. You're in my book. And so as we're moving forward, COVID hits. You're changing your whole operation. How did this LL Cool J Rock the Bells affiliation happen?
You know, LL did not own the rights to the name Rock the Bells.
Okay.
So he right before the pandemic, I want to say he was in the process of in court fighting for the name, and he won. He got it.
Yeah,
so
I heard about it.
Yeah, so once he got it, you know, out. I think it was the Heat on Sirius XM. No, what was it? Backspin.
Okay.
The Backspin channel on Sirius Sirius XM changed to Rock the Bells, and LL, you know, that's his station now. And as he's growing, he's slowly adding pieces to the puzzle that will help make, you know, this situation pop. You know, of course, he added the Roxanne Shante, Cool V, Mr. C. Yeah, you know what I mean? Too Short, Bun B. And, you know, while the pandemic was hitting and I'm on my live 24/7 like D Nice, you know.
You were rocking the set, right?
I was rocking it, but Prince Marky D, rest in peace, our brother, Prince Marky D.
Right. Oh gosh, yeah.
He told LL, listen, man, if you're gonna set this Rock the Bells radio, if you want a DJ, you need to hit up Epps. So LL hits me up, and he was doing a project called All Day City Miami, where the radio station would just highlight on all Miami, whether it's Uncle Luke, Rick Ross, the cities, whatever, you know, all Miami. Laz did a mix, I did a mix, I think Khaled did a mix, I think Irie did a mix, and, you know, it was great. But for some reason, he gravitated to my mix, my show, and he called me the next day and was like, man, that mix, that show was phenomenal. You know, you're very different. I love your energy, excuse me, and I want to just offer you a contract to be part of Rock the Bells Radio and whatever show you want to do. And we talked for a minute and to get to know each other, and we came around ideas. And I told him straight up, I was like, listen, man, Rock the Bells 24/7 is going to be all about old school. Why don't you just put me on the weekend on Saturday nights and let me get everybody ready for the club? You know what I mean? Also drop a reggaeton track here, or a reggae track here, or a Haitian song right there, just to culture up everybody. You know what I mean? And he just loved the idea, and he gave me a contract, gave me my own show, and you know, it's been 2 years now, 2.5, and yeah, man, it's been very successful to a point that you know, they've been letting me know that my show is the #1 weekend show in the world.
We're gonna figure out how we can collaborate, and I definitely want you to be a part of anything that I'm doing in Vegas.
Yeah, especially that. I would love that.
This is the first step. This is the first step, and I think this is so well overdue. You know, it's so beautiful to see you, man, and having you on the show means a whole lot.
Thank you, Sly, for having me. I appreciate that. Once I heard your name, I'm like, that's my dog, man. Like, yo, man.
It's been a long time.
I can't front. You gain a little weight though.
Hey, come on now. I've been eating, Epps. Come on.
Hey, you eating good. You eating good. That's good. You know what I mean?
Little skinny toothpick.
Word. Yes, that's what I remember. That's a Slykat I remember.
With the braids. You remember with the braids?
Exactly. What are you in a fade now, or you bald?
I'm bald, man. I'm just like, you know what? I'm done with it.
Word. No, I feel you.
I'm done with it, man. If someone's interested in booking you, or
DJEpps.com, DJEpps.com.
With you, how do they reach you?
DJEpps.com. Go to the website and send me an email, and my team will just holler at you. And when I say my team, probably my wife, you know what I mean, or me. But you know, DJEpps.com. I'm heavy on my DM and Instagram because a lot of artists like to hit me up because they want their music on rotation on my show that I have on Instagram, Twitch, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, the DJ Epps Friends show, 10 p.m. Eastern time, Monday to Friday, weeknights, on IG Live. So, you know, we do that too. So you can hit me up on my DM and Instagram, but DJEpps.com as well. You know what I mean? Those two right there mainly. You could hit me up, or the email. Follow me, DJEpps@gmail.com.
All right, you guys heard it, man. And look, DJ Epps, I appreciate you so much. Love you, my brother.
You know what it is, man. And I'm gonna hit you back soon, man, so we can bring you on my show, so you could just have a feeling and just be part of the legacy.
Let's shake the world, man. God bless you.
God bless you too, Sly. Nice.
Welcome to the Mental Margarita Show.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
You know what? I'm super excited. And the reason why I'm super excited is Man, that voice of yours.
Thank you so much. To God be the glory.
It is
Thank you.
unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, Newark, New Jersey native.
Yep. Yep.
Tell me about it.
Born and raised in Newark. Actually lived all over Essex County, to tell you the truth. But Newark is home base. You know, just love it. I love Newark. I understand that Newark gets a bad rap sometimes, but it's a lot of love.
It's a
It's a
lot
lot
of
of love.
it's a lot of love. There's a lot of love beneath the cracks.
That's right. That's right.
And so, was music something that was always in your family?
Yes, very much so. My mother's a singer. My father's a DJ.
Wow.
Um, my uncle is a producer and a singer and a composer. My great grandfather was a professional musician, and my uncle. So yeah, like it was bound. I couldn't get away from it.
Okay.
I woke up to music every morning, and I went to sleep to music every night. So it really is just a part of who we are in my family.
Wow, is that something? And so,
Yeah.
when did you feel like I got a little something here?
Well, um, I think I always knew, even before my family discovered it. My mother sang, and my mother was an amazing singer. So when you grow up in the shadow of a singer like that, nobody is trying to hear you.
Right.
But I always knew. And what happened, this is really interesting. So my uncle who was in the band, his name is James Mitchell, and he was in a band, and he was songwriter and everything like that, and he had his little equipment set up. And one day he was just at my house, and he was working on something, and he was trying to come up with a song, and he just handed me the mic and said, "Gail, just sing whatever comes to your mind," because he's trying to
Uh
get the song written. And I started singing whatever came to my mind, and he was like, "Hold up, let me press record. Do
oh.
that again." And I think I was probably about 11 or 12 back then. And I sang again, and he just kind of made the rounds throughout the family playing the recording, like, "Listen to that. Who is that?" And they're like, "I don't know." "That's Gail." So that gave me confidence because, he kind of, validated my
Validated,
voice.
yeah.
I was off. You couldn't tell me nothing then. Man, I was trying to sing everything. I was in the choir and the school choir, and you couldn't tell me nothing. I was on go.
Fine. It was magical. Magical,
Hmm.
magical. And so,
Hmm.
jazz, rock and roll, blues, hip hop, dance, all this stuff, it's just going through your body. It's
Yeah,
traveling through your bones.
pretty much.
All of a sudden, we birthed an album. We birthed
Yes,
an album. The album is Bloody Waters.
the album is Bloody Waters, and
Tell me
it
about that.
was, man. Well, you know, we all wanted to, I wanted to be a singer and to do all of those things, and that was always the goal. But what happens is life.
Yeah,
What happens is motherhood.
right.
What happens is all of those things. Um, so it kind of took a back seat.
Yeah.
And one day you wake up and you're like, okay, I can't leave this earth with people talking about me at my funeral, talking about she
Mm.
could have did this and she would have did that, and have y'all ever heard her? I didn't. That was like my worst fear. So
That's
I said, you know what? I don't
that's
know what the
deep. That's right there.
yeah. I said, I don't know. I don't know what the industry has to say, and I don't know what other people have to say. But all I know is I have to make an album before I leave this earth. I'm gonna do it. I don't care if I don't have any help. I don't care if I don't have any money. I don't care if nobody is interested in what I have to say. I have to do this for me.
And not only that, winner of 2020 Heritage Hip Hop Album of the Year.
Yes, yeah. So again, we weren't expect. When we was in the studio and we were making the album and everything, we was like, "Yo, this is gonna get a Grammy. This is amazing." But it really was received well, and definitely, got the Heritage Hip Hop Album of the Year award, which was just amazing to me. So many great artists who were being nominated at the time. So many artists that I really respect, and to be received like that was so emotional. Just so emotional, because not only was just getting the album done just amazing, but also I really just poured myself. I was so vulnerable on the album, and it was so many times when I was making that album that I questioned whether I wanted to share these parts of myself. If I wanted people to see these weak parts and these broken pieces. And when I got finished with the album and I saw how well it was received, I knew that I had to make that album, because, and I had to share myself in that way, because so many people said that it was their story.
Right.
So many people shared with me that, that I was speaking for them. So then I knew I had to make the album, and it was God ordained that I make the album.
How do contact with you directly? Is it the same as getting the album?
No, if they want to contact me directly, the best way would be via social media. The best way would be via Instagram or Facebook to reach out to me. I'm always check my DMs. I always check my inbox. I'm always looking to see who's interacting with me. Um, Gail Campbell, the artist page and my personal page, it's fine. That's the best way. Also, if you can also email me at gailcampbell01@gmail.com. But social media is probably the best way.
Social media is probably the best way. That's how we got her on the show, guys.
And
Turn to Janice Joplin, Aretha Franklin, Ella Fitzgerald. The list goes on and on. This is a legendary voice. And Gail Campbell, I want to thank you so much for being on the show.
What up, Emma? How are you doing?
How you feeling?
We good. We good over here. Hot as hell out here in Vegas, but we working it.
I am trying to tell you, it is so hot. But it feels good to have my brother on. Welcome to the Mental Margarita Show. I got Diaz Mackey here. This is a comment. I mean, this guy here, I mean, I think the first time I saw you perform, Jack Flemmy was telling me so much about you. And I got a chance to see you. I don't know exactly where the hell it was at. But when I saw you, I was dying laughing. I'm like, man, this dude here is
Jack had so many venues over the years. It's hard to even picture where it could have been at.
I know, man. I know. And then remember, me and Jack started doing the Hard Rock, and then eventually you came over there and blessed us with your talent over there.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun doing the Hard Rock show. Very memorable.
Did you ever have a passion early that you were like, I want to get into comedy? I mean, how did that all start for you? Because I know that eventually going down the line, you start getting into acting. So was that the first passion?
Yeah, to be honest, like I was always a class clown, always goofed off, but I wanted to act first. But at the same time, like I always wanted to be that funny dude.
Right.
So yeah, even when I moved out and I left Michigan to get into acting. I didn't even know how you got into comedy. You know, I stumbled into comedy, to be quite honest, looking for an acting gig. But it was something that I always wanted to do as well. Like I wanted to do comedy since I was a kid. I just never knew how.
Right.
You know, but I knew if I got to Hollywood, I could act. You know what I mean? So my goals and the sights was always get to LA, get to LA, get to LA. Even from the time I was a kid.
Wow.
I remember watching Punky Brewster and telling my mom I wanted I wanted to go to Hollywood and be one of them kid actors. I had a thing for Sherry. Remember the best friend, little black chick?
I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, I wanted to go be her little TV boyfriend.
Oh my goodness. And so you decide to go, so what, you hop on a bus, what, you hop on a plane, you go to Cali? I mean, do you have family over there? Or how did that work out?
I left Michigan, I was 23, 24. Left Michigan, it was a spur of the moment decision, like a legit spur of the moment decision. Some life activities that happened. I was like, I don't want to stay here no more. And literally just, like I said, spur of the moment decision was like, let's go to LA.
Wow.
I was talking about my homeboys who had lived out there previously. We went out there and stayed with his aunt for like maybe a week at most. And he was like, I started getting work instantly. I got 2 commercials.
Wow.
And he got one, but he wanted to go back to Michigan. And I was like, yeah, so we had been out there for like a month total. And he wanted to go back to Michigan. And I was like, drop me off in Vegas and I'll figure it out. Like I knew I had an aunt that lived out here who I hadn't seen since I was like 5.
Wow.
She was 4. But I was just like, drop me off in Vegas and I'll figure it out. And I would make my way back to LA.
Wow, isn't that something, man? Now, what was the first break into the comedy? Like, I mean, how did that happen?
I had been living in Vegas for 2 years, not doing any more acting. I was working a customer service job. And one day I was just sitting there and I was at my desk. I was a customer service trainer for DirecTV. And I was just frustrated because I was like, man, I left 2,000 miles away from home with my kids.
Wow.
To be doing a job that I could be doing there, like that wasn't what I left for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I grabbed a Las Vegas Weekly and was looking for casting calls in the back and stumbled across this open mic. And I called the number of the open mic, and the dude that answered the phone was this comic named Matt Markman, who's now out in Austin, Texas, doing this thing. Just came out with a comic book too on comedy, so check that out, Matt Markman. But yeah, when I called him, he said that was booked, and he gave me like a month out.
Wow.
At that open mic, because it wasn't any other comedy shows really going on like that, like it is now, the explosion. And he was like, "You're booked," and gave me that date. It was a month out, and because he said the words "you're booked," I felt like I had to go, like I was committed. Like if I didn't show up, I'd be blackballed or would never have.
Right.
So I went and showed up and had a good set the first time. And the third show I did, I was on TV. And then the 5th show I did, I was on TV. And then 3 months later, I was on TV again. And it just kind of snowballed from there.
I mean, you know, I think people don't really understand how difficult it is to get up there by yourself. This is not, you know, and I've said this before, you know, this is not you got a backing track or a band behind you. It's just you up there.
Oh, yeah. Comedy is the hardest thing there is. And entertainment or any occupation, I feel, it's the only thing that you're constantly being critiqued for. From the moment you step out there, you're being judged how you look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How you sound, what you're saying. You can have them 1 minute and completely lose them the next. You know what I mean? Like it's a weird balance. And for most comics, you don't have a fallback. Now you do have your brand of comedians that are more entertaining, that have a guitar, that they can lean on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sing them out of it. Or very entertaining where they can sing or do something cheerleading. But for a man that just has his jokes, chance to hit me is Instagram or Facebook, to be quite honest. Because if I sent you to my email, they give you my email too. Everything is Diaz Mackey. Real name, no gimmicks. Diaz Mackey, that's DIAZ MACKIE. That's on Instagram, that's on Facebook, Snapchat, everything but TikTok. But my email is diazmackey@gmail.com.
All right.
I came across somebody who had a Yahoo account the other day, and I was like, "How old are you?"
Oh my God. Oh, brother, it's an absolute pleasure, man. Thanks for being on the Mental Margarita Show. Much love to you, man.
Thanks for having me.
You're starstruck, here's a sprinkle of the stardust. Hold your champagne glass and your cigars up. See the guys with mob ties drive the cars up. Bright lights, most nights they buy the bars up. Candy coated Chevy cars on the highway. It's Frankie baby, it's on and this is my way. Dean Martin at the Sands this Friday. With Sammy Davis, here's a little hint where I stay. The city shines like Liberace's mansion, and you know Elvis had the whole city dancing. Showgirl silhouette steady prancing. Shout out to June, just the Copa Girls anthem. Legal gambling, yeah, that would tempt me. It's Sin City, holy water couldn't cleanse me. And Wayne Newton had the crowd in a frenzy. Live at the Stardust, the seats never empty.